Hi folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and welcome to the 2017 DGA Awards. Today we'll be looking at my top 10 favorite video games. Like last year, these are only games that I own, and this is not a best of list. I can't say something is the best because A, everyone has a different opinion as to what they consider the best to be, and B, I haven't played every single game out there, so I really can't compare the games in my library to games I haven't played. So these are my favorite board games, or video games rather. Sorry, I just did the board game one. Top 10 favorite video games. Killing Floor 2 was my number 10. There are a lot of video games out there that feature some sort of system where you're thrown against a wave of enemies, you're trying to survive it. In between waves you can purchase weapons. You know, Nazi zombies come to mind for Call of Duty. So, the Killing Floor 2, what sets this game apart from the rest, it is absolutely beautiful. The attention to detail is amazing. The guns that you're using feel great, and just usually at the end of the map, it goes from like a white snowy landscape to just everything's red. It's so gory and so disgusting, but at the same time, the attention to detail is amazing. The only thing I don't like about this game is the loot box system. People paid money for this game. I got a press key, but people paid money for this game, and then they have to pay for keys to unlock loot boxes that they've gotten. Ugh, no. Number 9, Hospitalized. This game is still in early access, but I like it because it's a simulator that goes the extra mile. It bothers to, when you click on someone, you can actually see what tests have been performed on this person, what their running tally is so far. Like, there's a lot of detail in this simulator. It's a lot of fun. You're building a hospital for people, but it goes beyond that and bothers to detail certain little things that make me giggle every time I play this game. Number 8 is Planet Coaster. This is the roller coaster tycoon for 2017 that I always wanted. And by the way, I should note, not all of these games came out in 2017. I just don't own enough games to, you know, to focus on 2017. And also, there are a number of games that are not on this list that I wanted to mention but couldn't because I made a new rule for this year. Anything that was on last year's list, I'm not putting on this year's list, but I will name them after. But yeah, 8 was Planet Coaster. Again, the Roller Coaster Tycoon game I've always wanted but never got. Roller Coaster Tycoon World was a joke. It's just, this is as close to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 as you're going to get. Bottom line. It's beautiful to look at. I like the different customization. I still love Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but it's so old now that, I don't want to say too old, but it doesn't work on my machine anymore, unfortunately, and so it goes. Number 7 is Bouncy Train. I've played this game a number of times, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of building my own train, staffing it with different people, giving them different weapons, and it's like a freelancer, but with trains in the Old West, and it's really fun to play. So that was Bouncy Train. Number 6, Weapon Shop Fantasy. A little grindy, but I love games where I am the shopkeeper and I'm managing a store. I liked Recettear up to a point. I found it too difficult. I don't like games that time you and make you have to get so much money within a certain time frame. Pixel Shopkeeper was another one, but Weapon Shop Fantasy doesn't really have a timer. You do get charged for the weapons that you create, but there's still no timer. You can do, you know, basically whatever you want, which is kind of nice. So Weapon Shop Fantasy, you can equip different people. They can either work in your shop, or you can send them out to get more materials, and then they come back, and you can send them back out. And they even increase in stats as you go, too. Strength, dexterity, and all that jazz. Number 5, Holy Potatoes Where in Space. The art style and the humor in this game is a lot of fun. It's another freelancer. No, it's more like an FTL game in the sense that you're given this map, and you're going to different places, and you have to complete your objective before the time runs out. And in this game, you can upgrade your ship, you can upgrade your personnel, get different weapons, you can craft different weapons, you can buy different upgrades, all that. But what gets me the most are the different references. Like there's Indiana Jones-like character in the game. The two female protagonists banter back and forth constantly, and it's really funny, I thought. So, number 4, Slime Rancher. This would have been great as a multiplayer game. Unfortunately, it's single player. I love farming games. This one has you farming and managing a farm of slimes. You can capture slimes with this portal-like gun. It's like a vacuum. And you suck up these slimes. You can put 2 different slimes together to form like a Largo, which is like a larger version of that slime, a combination of the 2. And then the plorts that pop out of it can be sold for cash. So you can upgrade your farm. There's science, different zones to explore. Lots of fun there. Number 3 is Oxygen Not Included. Still under development. I put a lot of time into this. It can be frustrating at times, especially with the new Germ update. I didn't care for that. But it still has a lot of potential, I think, and it deserves a place on this list, especially a higher place, because I've played it a lot. And you're basically managing a group of survivors underground, and you have to manage oxygen, carbon dioxide. The different gases go down, and like carbon dioxide falls, oxygen rises, hydrogen goes above that. So there's different gases to contend with, a water system, and so on. So Oxygen Not Included was number 3. Number 2, Ultimate General Civil War. Another game that I find to be difficult, even on easy. But it's very rewarding. I love the fact that in between levels you can create different regiments. You can outfit them with different weapons. You can create different squads, infantry, cavalry, skirmishers, different things like that. And you can customize your squads any way you want, or corps. But you can customize them any way you want. You get generals, different ranked officers that you can assign to these squads. You can level them up, so as long as you keep them alive. And the gameplay is a lot of fun. It's a little arcadey, but at the same time, like it's also a lot of fun. I still think, I wish the difficulty would be toned down a little bit on easy, but other than that, it's really good. And number 1, Hypernova Escape from Hadia. This game, you could one playthrough takes several days, maybe even longer than that. I've been playing the same playthrough forever, sort of like in Sheltered, another game I covered before, where one playthrough can take forever to play. I'm still not, I think I have 8 or 9 videos of this game out there, and I'm not even halfway, I didn't even take on half the map yet. Like, you start off in this very small section of the map, you put your headquarters down, there's a tech tree, there's resources to get, and your ultimate goal is to get 3 special resources in order to build this gate or something like that. I haven't done it myself yet, but I'm getting there. But it's a lot of fun, a lot of replayability, tower defense elements, resource management. It's a great game, and it's funny to boot, I think. Games I wanted to mention but couldn't because they were on last year's list. Fallout 4, Factorio. This would have been my number 1 game for this year. This is a fantastic, fantastic game. Factorio, beautiful game. City Skylines, Mini Metro, and RimWorld. All excellent games. So there you go, my top 10 favorite video games for 2017. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel and check out my official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.